Hi, welcome to Roger's Off-Grid Adventures. In this video, we'll talk about the second fall and second winter. In the previous video, we talked about the wood sheds, but there were a lot of other things that happened that fall, and we'll cover winter in this video too. In September, I acquired a weed whacker, a real weed whacker. I needed something that I could clear brush with without breaking my back, and I thought I'd give this a try. I experimented with several different blades, but settled on the mulching blade you see installed on the machine here. From my experience in the previous winter, I knew I needed a real heater in the cabin this winter. So I installed a 5000 BTU Martin direct vent heater, and as you can see by the thermometer, it does a fine job. As I mentioned in the previous video, now that I had sheds to put my stuff in, my A-frame shelter was empty. You can see in this picture, the A-frame is gone. I repurposed the materials from the A-frame to put a shelter over my latrine. And that brings us to Thanksgiving. Here's my Thanksgiving dinner. I spent Thanksgiving Day organizing wood piles. I really wanted to have the sawmill running, but I needed some oil for the tractor and there was no place open to get any. On the morning of Black Friday, first thing in the morning, I was at the auto parts store getting oil. For the balance of the weekend, I ran logs through sawmill. I made a big old pile of lumber and an even bigger pile of slab wood. The log pile was getting smaller too. As you can probably tell by looking at these pictures, winter was settling in. In southern and central Minnesota, what started out as a nice storm turned into snow, and that raised havoc with the trees. This is the rest area on I-35 just south of Duluth. North of Duluth, it was all snow. It was piled deep by Christmas. Here's looking up my driveway, and here's looking up the road. Gorgeous. Postcard gorgeous. I spent a lot of time clearing snow that winter, but also spent a lot of time in the shop making furniture for the cabin. I needed a countertop, so I built one using reclaimed flooring. Here you can see the glue up. It's mostly made of maple, but there's also walnut, cherry, kumru, and I think there's one piece of pine for good measure. I added 2 pencil drawers because storage space is at a premium in an 8x10 cabin. Here you can see it installed. I installed it at desk height so I could use it as a workstation as well. The other thing I built in the shop that winter was the cabinetry. The cabinets are maple, most of which I've scavenged from various places. Here you can see the cabinets before they were installed. And here you can see the installed cabinets. So here you can see the interior of the cabin in April, my second anniversary on the property. It's become quite the cozy space. At this point, all that's left is the trim, and it would take me a while to get to that. But that's the subject for another video. So we'll leave it here, and we'll pick it up in the spring in the next video. Thanks for watching. Over and out.